person that was full of love, full of compassion for everyone they came in contact with, that was liked by all. Life is strange. Today you would know someone, and tomorrow they can be gone. My name is April Stevens Washington, and today I will talk to you about someone that's very near and dear to my heart. His name is David Holmes. I met David Holmes from working in the Department of Corrections. He was such a loving person. David was a friend. If you needed someone to talk to about anything, he was always there. He always had a listening ear. He always lent a helping hand. He was unselfish. David shared everything that he had. If he had a piece of bubble gum, he would always offer half. And one day I said, well, Holmes, why are you only offering half? He said, so you would have half and I would have half. And if someone else wanted a piece, they could have the other half and I would go without. Daily, when he brought his lunch, he always shared. He always sought after the needs of others. He unselfishly gave his time. When we had missions at our own prison, he would often volunteer to stay late to ensure that our mission was completed. Not only would he stay late, he would come in early to make sure that things were proper. He always had a smile on his face. He was a dedicated person. Not only was he dedicated to his natural job, he was dedicated to his family. When he mentioned his wife and kids, his eyes glistened like the stars. David loved his family dearly. He thought that there was nothing too good for them. And his thing was, my family would have the best. He worked 2 jobs to ensure that they had everything they needed and more. That's real dedication. But not only was he dedicated to his family, he was dedicated to the United States military. David was a Marine, and he was a sailor. That wasn't good enough. He was honorably discharged from both. Then he joined the Army. While we was at work chatting, I said, well, David, what bring you to Georgia? You know, he says that Georgians don't have charisma. He dedicated everything that he had to his Mississippi roots and his Mississippi upbringing. He said that he came here because he met the love of his life and couldn't leave the Tenno community. During his National Guard tour, in September 2009, David was ready for deployment to Afghanistan. And as he talked about going, I was concerned. David says, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. It would be a hard task, but I'm up for the challenge. He explained that he had been to Afghanistan prior while he was in the Marines. He says, I already know the area, and we're taking new equipment this time. And if this is what I have to do to support my country and my family, I'm ready. David left in 2009 of September. He came home in April of 2010 for a break. I met David in Walmart, full of laughter, full of jokes, and as he talked to me, he said that I found out last week that my unit was hit by an IUD, and they were only injured. And as we ended our conversation with hugs, David looked back and he said, well, you all just keep us in prayer. And I'm going back and I asked him, I said, David, when will you return? He said, September. He said, when we get back, we're going to share our lunch and we're going to have great laughs and we're going to get in the trenches like we did. Well, that was my last time talking to David. David went back to Afghanistan. As he so unselfishly always did, he took care of people. His assignment was to go out on recon to route out the areas to ensure that it was safe for the troops to pass. And on June 26, 2010, David's vehicle was hit by an IUD. He took the brunt of the force of the impact. David passed away on that day. David was dedicated. He was unselfish. He died a hero. He died a soldier. And today, I salute the man that made it so easy for us to have an easy life today. I salute Sergeant David Holmes.